that location you see in the bigger images is the very far end of the runway. So a plane landing would have touched down just about there. You know, the plane taking off would have already been up in the air probably by that point, but that's the old runway. And we did I don't know if I don't think I have a slide in this set. We did another project for that same site where the old terminal was, and that was a multi-purpose sports complex with, you know, big stadium, 45,000 seat stadium with a retractable roof, a 10,000 seat practice field, an arena, retail. Hong Kong has a huge component of mixed use in its projects, so retail is a big driver. So in a program for building like these, retail is there. Like in this building, this cruise terminal, there's retail in there too. And in the arena at the multi-purpose complex, retail was a big component of it. In fact, the arena was about 300,000 square feet. So that's pretty darn big, right? And when we first laid it out, and we did a presentation, at the end of the presentation to a meeting of the government, the Hong Kong Special Administration government, at the end they said, great, you know, we like it. When you come back, we want you to deal with environment. And so we said, great, absolutely. You know, that's what that's exactly what our next step is, really look at environmental issues. And, you know, and then we said, well, what are the issues you see as important environmentally? Thinking we'd get a conversation about utilities and, you know, water, air, electricity, and that sort of thing, and gas. And they said, well, environment to us is air quality, because, you know, Hong Kong is like building after building like this, right? They're all vertical and they're very tight. And air quality at street level, at ground level, is not necessarily very good. So we did, and this is an example of a long building where there's, you know, there we are against the ground. But that arena space, they said, you got to do something to that arena because it's too big and it blocks too much airflow. And across the street from that arena is a series of blocks, 3 or 4 blocks, I forget now how many, of apartment buildings that are going to be built as a part of this whole development. And we're concerned that there'll be no air movement across the street into those apartment buildings because of your arena. And we said, yeah, it's an arena. You know, like you can't have a pool go that way. You know, you can't play tennis up and down, right? Like it's got to be horizontal. And so they said, yeah, we know that. Yeah, of course, we know that already. And so we laughed. And so what we did was we took the arena building, 300,000 square feet, and we lifted it about 35 feet up off the ground. And we put blocks of retail underneath it as big columns. So now we have a column, big space in between. And you can walk all the way around that retail, which is great for the retail. And those blocks, those columns, matched roughly the size of the apartment blocks across the way. So the space between is where air flowed, you know, through and across the street and then got to those buildings. So that was a good lesson for us to say, if we think we're talking about the environment with our clients, ask what they mean, because they might mean something that's unique to their location and their conditions.